Why can't you pull a 2-minute shot? Espresso is full of guidelines and recipes, and almost any recipe you find will prescribe a shot length somewhere between 25 and, at the longest, maybe 40 seconds. I know espresso is supposed to be fast, but what's the slowest shot you can pull that still tastes good? Well, today I'm going to attempt to pull a 2-minute shot that at least tastes decent. Why? Because I can. Or at least I think I can with the help of our trusty Luca Tempo and its handy flow control paddle. Using this coffee from Great North and a Eureka Mignon Oro, we'll attempt to get a 2-minute shot with, at most, a 1-to-3 ratio. I'll taste it, grab our extraction figures, and keep throwing tools and spaghetti at the wall until we get something vaguely drinkable. For our first round, we'll simply use the timeless wisdom passed down to us from on high. Grind finer. No fancy tools or techniques, just the raw power of powdery fine coffee grounds. Okay, so we adjusted the Oro fine enough that we got quite a bit of clumping, and the channeling was horrific, but we got a 1-to-3 shot in about almost 90 seconds. Let's give it a taste and see what we got. Yeah. I mean, it's acrid immediately. It just hits you in the face with bitterness. It's rough. It's not quite as rough as I imagined it would be, based on what I saw, but it's not good. But let's see what the extraction is real quick to get an impression of that, and then think about what we want to do next. Okay, so extraction, our TDS is about 6.5%, which is astonishingly low. That puts our extraction at about 19.2. So the main problem is that it's weak, but from an extraction percentage perspective, it's somewhere in the middle, but it tastes horrible. And I think a big part of that is because of how much channeling we saw. This is also a great example of the limitations of a refractometer. It's telling you how much dissolved stuff there is in there, but it's not telling you how much of what chemicals in relation to what other chemicals, and that's what's really gonna decide how it tastes. Your tongue is a lot better at that, and that's why the refractometer will say, this isn't great, and your tongue will say, this is genuinely horrible. A rough starting point, to be sure. Okay, in this situation, just grinding finer was probably never going to work, but I have a few tricks up my sleeve. Using the Luca Tempo, we can reduce the flow rate and pressure being applied to our coffee, which will allow us to slow things way down. For this run, we'll set the pressure to around 4 bar. I'll also be reducing our temperature to 190. This is considerably lower than I'd normally go, but we're essentially pulling a crock pot shot here, low and slow. Hopefully, this is enough to get our extraction in the right ballpark at the 2-minute mark. I mean, that's way smoother right off the bat. It's not great, but this does not hit you in the face the same way that shot does. I mean, a lot more of the character of the coffee is actually there. It's still a weirdly muddy, definitely a strange shot, but where the first shot just hit you in the face with that acrid harshness, this feels smooth and kind of palatable. It's weird, but it's not bad. Let's get the extraction. So as this is cooling down and getting closer to room temperature where the reading is more accurate, we're right around the same TDS and right around the same extraction percentage of about 19, which is crazy because this shot is a wildly different shot from that first shot. It's still weird, it's maybe not ideal, but again, an excellent example of the limitations of using a refractometer. I feel like what we have here is maybe shouldn't even be called espresso, but it's not bad coffee. It's not good coffee, but we're trending in the right direction. I think the thing that's holding us back is still the channeling. Towards the end, the channeling just runs away, and you can see it on the bottom of the portafilter basket. I have a few more plans for how we can address that in the next round. Okay, so the crock pot shot technique definitely got us closer to a good shot, but I think there's certainly room for improvement. With such a long extraction, we're giving channeling way more time to set in, and I think that's the main thing standing between us and a good shot. For this round, let's add in a puck screen, a paper filter, a deeper basket, and use a larger dose, all of which should help produce more even flow and less channeling. All of these things will also add a little bit more resistance, which should help us achieve a more stable 2-minute shot. Okay, I don't think we can count this as a huge success. It is not an ideal shot, but this is a marked improvement over the past two. Like, there's some genuine brightness coming through there. It's actually, I let it go a little over the 60 mark. We got up to like 70. It's a little over 1 to 3, you know, sue me. But I feel like we kind of achieved something here. This tastes all right. What do we got on the coffee? Pear, fresh cream, root beer. I mean, yeah, I feel like the pear note is coming through a little bit. It tastes kind of good, which is why. Let's get the extraction percentage, reflect a little bit, and go from there. Okay, so the numbers look bad. We're getting about, you know, cooled down the sample. We're at 5.14% TDS, very, very weak, very low. And our extraction's right around 18%. So it looks like we're moving in the wrong direction. But I wish that you could taste this shot because it genuinely tastes significantly clearer and significantly better than the previous shot and is surprisingly good. It's a little weak. It's bordering on kind of not being espresso anymore, granted. But this is actually enjoyable and I do want to finish it. The other two I didn't have a problem throwing away. The moral of the story is you can't always trust the numbers. Not every coffee is going to be good in the ideal extraction percentage range. It's a good guideline and we're going way beyond what that guideline wants us to do. But sometimes you can do a really, really weird shot and it can still be good. And this is a genuine 2-minute shot. The tempo, it turns out, only goes to 2 minutes, then it stops itself. So we just, you know, that worked out well. But this is good, and if you drank this, I think you would think it was good too. You have no reason to believe me based on this data. I really wish you could taste it, because you're not gonna believe me that this is good. I almost want to have you taste it on camera just to verify. I knew grinding finer wasn't gonna work. I was surprised at how far we got with just the crock pot, the patented crock pot technique. Wasn't expecting greatness at the end, but this is better than I thought we were gonna do. If you don't trust me, buy some of this Great North La Danta, give it a try at 2 minutes because it can be good. Crockpot shot, TM. Part of the fun of espresso is playing with wild recipes, and with a flow control machine like the Luca Tempo, you can get really wild. We've already made a video covering the basics of flow control and how a simple ramp on, ramp off profile can improve your espresso, but hopefully this video encourages you to venture off that beaten path. Or maybe we just showed you why you shouldn't. But for more espresso experiments, temp subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.